Welcome back to my channel. As you guys can see on this screen is Julius Malema, Casal Matale, Ndlozi, and many others few years ago at Casal Matale's birthday celebration. Now, many people were asking why was Julius Malema absent at the ad hoc committee. So many people were assuming this was because of Casal Matale. Julius Malema apparently have a relationship with Casal Matale, so it was gonna be very uncomfortable for him to ask important questions. Now, Casal Matale, former premier of Limpopo, was at the ad hoc committee being asked questions by members of parliament. Now, I'll just share a brief moment where EFF member of parliament was, asking questions to Casal Matale at an ad hoc committee without Julius Malema being present.
There was an agreement between the two deputy ministers and the minister that the PKTT must be disbanded. So you were just shocked when you saw the letter because you didn't expect that it was going to be issued as a directive on New Year's Eve. Were you surprised that the letter was sent, or were you surprised about the content, about the disbandment?
It's the letter.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. And what it was saying should happen and how.
Okay. And then let's go to the Portfolio Committee meeting. Mm-hmm. You attended, and then towards the end, we had the KZN Commissioner mention Brown Mokosi implicated the minister for knowing him. Did you have a debriefing after that as deputy ministers and the minister about what happened in the Portfolio Committee meeting?
We were on virtual. We were not... physically.
So you don't have. So you.
I think I was in Cape Town myself. Yeah. Yeah.
So you didn't, because you earlier today you said generally before you go into portfolio committee meetings you have a caucus. Yeah. So only when it's physical sitting, not when it's virtual.
The issue of the briefings depending on where we are. All of us, if we are not in Pretoria or here in Cape Town, we'll do it virtual. Okay. And of course, the issue of Mokosi, we will not have had a briefing, because if we had had a briefing, it will not have reached the portfolio committee.
No, I'm saying after. So a debriefing. When it came up, it was like, that was a hot meeting.
Yes.
What was the KZN Commissioner on about? There was no discussion. You just went your own separate ways and life went on until we had the media briefing. Is that what happened?
No, not until we have the media briefing. The issue was raised, who is this Mokosi? Yeah.
Yeah, now tell us about that. How was it? We want to know. That's what we have for.
No, after that.
So who did you have it with?
Hello, with the minister.
And?
No, I don't recall whether... Natcom was there,
but there's no way you don't record that. I'm sure you even went through it in your head a few times.
No. Well, it might have been discussed more than once, but what I know is that the matter was raised with the minister, who is this Mokosi. Yeah, and he assured us that there is nothing untoward about it. Yeah.
And then just two more things that I wanted to talk to you about. So you are, and we've highlighted, you are a seasoned government official, holding many ministerial positions over the years, a seasoned ANC politician. So were you shocked when you heard claims that, well, we don't know if it's true, it's still allegations apparently, that the minister is engaging a business person who has a tender? And I mean, it's one of the top 5 tenders in the SAPS. So whether you are involved in the process or not, it doesn't mean that you don't know about it. Yeah. To finance their campaign. Was that something that shocked you?
Can repeat your question, please?
Okay, so former Minister Cele says that when he engaged Kat Maklala, he said that the minister had approached him to finance his presidency or his deputy presidency for the African National Congress. Yeah. Did that surprise you, that that's what happens, where we approach... Within the political space, we approach business people, corporates or whatever to finance political leadership contestation?
Yeah. Look, the ANC, well, like the other comments that you made, that I'm a veteran and experienced on government committee things. No, I'm not. I think I'm learning, and one day probably I will become experienced, and I will
Are
be
not knowing who is running your health department.
No, I'm
your
saying
health screening.
I'm saying the day I become what you say I am,
the minister
is still coming. In the ANC, you have people who the ANC have got an approach on what to do and what not to do and how to do what you want to do, and there are individuals in the organization who choose to position themselves and doing anything that they think can make them arrive where they want to arrive. When it emerges that so and so has done this and that, some of the things unthinkable. Fortunately, I was fortunate enough to have worked with men and women who taught me the working of the organization and also prepared me not to be shocked when certain individuals do things that are an ANC. It doesn't matter who they are, even if the person is a president of the organization. If they act in a manner that is not in sync with the organization, I don't get shocked. I understand, it's possible that a person can betray the cause, because our cause, it's very complex, very difficult, very long. We are here today because of the challenges and the dynamics of the liberation struggle itself. You will have individuals from time to time who get compromised or who are part of the machinery, but they are there to serve a cause that has got nothing to do with the liberation struggle. They are being handled by other people. And at the right time, they make them do things that reverses the gain that we might have made at any given stage. So when such things happen, you must know it's possible, it can happen. Don't lose hope on the cause, because things like this will happen, and it has happened many a times where
like
people close to you were working with, they betray you. It has happened to me. I was detained and I got expelled from college, and when I was challenging that expulsion, we were given affidavit, and as we were going through the affidavit, I found one of the people who was an activist from the college, who has explained everything under the sun that betrayed the cause.
Talking about his things.
we didn't get despondent. We understood that and said it can happen.
I get you, DM.
Yeah. All I'm saying is that when people do things they are not supposed to do, and it emerges that it has happened, they are not angels. They are human beings.
So that brings us back to the CR17 and sealed bank statements.
Yeah.
Because we've used state institutions to also hide what's on there. And this seemed that what was going on, and if it is indeed true, that we have political parties accessing businesses, whether it's through those that are having big tenders, corporates or whatever it is, to fund their positions in leadership positions in political parties, then they come and they use the state institutions to seal that, so we don't even see what's going on. Thank you, Deputy Minister. Oh, one more question, just one more, Chair. You said that one of the things you will do if you are appointed minister is start the lifestyle audits. Let's even leave lifestyle audits alone, DM. We have a problem with just vetting a lousy 600 officials that require vetting in SAPS. How is it that our National Commissioner is failing to do that? He came here and he told us he's starting the whole vetting process. But since I've joined this committee and I've read reports from even our officials in SAPS are not being vetted. There's about 600 that require vetting. How can you run a country if you cannot ensure that crime intelligence can vet 600 people?
I think that's one of the things that needs to be done to ensure that
But
that
that's
happens.
not answering the question. Why are we failing on something that basic? And you're saying that it's functioning, that SAPS is functioning, and there's just elements that is a problem. That's huge. It's not
Look,
an element. It's in the highest structure. 600 officials right now. We don't know how many of them have security clearance and they're occupying positions.
That is a shortcoming that needs to be addressed, and it will be addressed.
You are being such a politician, DM. Shortcomings, it's a disaster. The ANC is failing South Africans. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you so much, Honorable Matthys. Honorable Mngango.
Thank you, Honorable Chairperson. Good afternoon, Honorable Deputy Minister.
Afternoon, sir.
We are constrained, we have time constraint today, so I don't have a lot of questions to ask. But I just want to say that it's amazing that after a year of your appointment, Honorable Deputy Minister, you still do not have a job description. And you are just not alone. You are two of you as deputy ministers. I think that is a cause for great concern, not only to us, but even to South Africans. However, I do want to take you to page 6 of your evidence in chief, where you were discussing the role of the deputy minister and looking at also the constitutional mandate of the deputy minister. But on paragraph 11, there is a telling comment that you are making there, where you are saying, and I quote, the interface between the executive oversight and operational authority within SAPS is constitutionally significant and institutionally delicate. I would invite the Honourable Minister to a little bit expand on that and just unpack for us, what do you mean? What is delicate about what you are actually saying here?
As I thank you, Honourable, thank you through you, Chair. As I explained earlier when I was talking about the interface between the executive authority and the accounting officer, there is a thin line that draws the distinction. And I said that their relationship is dialectical in the sense that the minister gives policy and issues directives. But this does not necessarily mean that it's a one-way flow from the minister to the national commissioner. The two persons need each other, and they should interact in a manner that strengthen their responsibilities or makes them to become more efficient by working together, consulting each other. It be normal it must be a practice that when you see a national commissioner knocking at the minister's office or vice versa, it should not be ufuna anilo. It must go without saying that every week or in 2 weeks, in 2 times a week or 3 times a week, the national commissioner or the minister will be visiting the national commissioner's office and vice versa, and they will be interacting on any matter that have to do with policing. If you master that, which the constitution that just says the minister develop policy and give directives, it ends there. It doesn't say the minister must see the commissioner every week or every fortnight or every month, but practically the two must interact in such a manner that there is nothing that they don't talk about. It must not happen that you find a situation wherein the two can meet, whether in a funeral or a social occasion or anywhere, and there are issues that they need to deal with and they don't deal with them and they surprise each other. It mustn't happen. The matter that I think we have not mastered very well as a country, even though we are becoming better from experience, is how the two interface. If I'm appointed a minister or I'm given a responsibility of a government entity, when I arrive there, suddenly everybody who is there must be moved somewhere. I must bring new people because I can't interact with the person that I find in there. And in most cases, you don't have continuity in terms of those who were running that institution before you came. And all you need when you go in there, yes, you have got this executive authority, but you have it within a context of an accounting officer and vice versa.